Back in the 1800s, when there was not much entertainment, there was not television, not a lot of ball games to go to, and this and that. All folks did basically was work. They advertised that a man was going to come to a certain auditorium and he was going to be playing $100,000 violin. Well, that was even a lot more money than it is today, because people just wasn't used to as much. And so the hall, the auditorium, was packed with people, and all the top seats were filled. And so the violinist got up and he started playing the violin, and folks were mesmerized. You could hear a pin drop, it was said. Just enjoy it. Well, all of a sudden, the master violinist stopped, took the violin and beat it out against the podium into hundreds of pieces. Strings and wood went everywhere. And the folks gasped, and everything was in awe. The master of ceremonies realized that there was an anger feeling begin to rise up in the auditorium. So he stepped up and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is not what you think that it is. This violinist, the master did not break the $100,000 violin, but he broke a $15 violin. And the reason he did it was to show that it's not so much the violin itself, but it's the violin in the hand of the master." Well, so a lot of times we think that we don't have this talent or that talent, and we think we're not as good as someone else, and everyone else has the big house or the big car or whatever, however you want to describe it, that it goes into people's minds. But I want us to take a little message from that. It's not how much we own, it's not what our bank account is, it's not the car we drive, it's not the house we live in, but it's how much we're willing to be placed in the hands of the master. If we will allow ourselves to be used, and we are willing to believe him and take his word at face value, we have to believe that if we witness to people and testify to them that God is going to make it be melodious, beautiful music to a sin-sick soul. Just go ahead. Trust God. For remember, the scripture says God has not left himself without a witness. Thank you for listening today.